Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about virtual cards and what that is. Today is Sunday and everyone's enjoying their time, which is great. And I'll be focusing on finance. So it's Sundays or overall weekends. If I would start with Sundays, most likely every weekend I'm going to be looking at finance side of things. Virtual cards are a digital version of traditional payment cards, such as credit cards or debit cards. They are typically issued by financial institutions, banks, or payment providers and are designed to offer enhanced security and flexibility for online and mobile transactions. Let's take a look at some of the features of those cards. Perhaps it's worth mentioning that I do have many different banks as well as many different credit cards, debit cards for many different reasons. One of those reasons being today's Sunday, and I just had invoice sent it to me to pay for domain that I believe I purchased for €1, $1 around that, and now that domain costs I don't know 30. So someone tried close to 30. So it increased 27 times, right, in price. I just want to cancel that, and I cannot do that just because it's weekend. So I prefer to cancel or delete my credit card completely. That's virtual card. I would just delete my card, and I will try to reach out to them on tomorrow or Monday when they are working. So that's just a part of the process, as well as they do not work on Sundays and they do not have email addresses. They have only phone number. Perhaps you have different service providers, as well as I have reached out to them to delete all information from the system. I don't know if they would execute this request. Either way, the payment will goes only one way. So instead of perhaps they keep charging my credit card or anything, credit card is not there anymore, right? Digital format. Virtual cards exist only in digital format and do not have physical counterparts like plastic cards. There is some banks do offer both alternatives. Either have digital card, which relatively with no cost, as well as perhaps if you prefer to some of the cards to be sent to you, but at additional cost. They are usually, so it depends, it's not limited to, but there are some options of that. They are usually associated with card numbers, expiration dates, and security codes, and can be used for online and remote transactions. Temporary and disposable. Some virtual cards are designed to be disposable or temporary. They are generated for a single transaction or a limited time frame, providing an extra layer of security if that's what you're looking for your business. After transactions or the set time period expires, the virtual card becomes invalid and nobody can make changes of that card with you knowing that. So personally, the way how I think about it, it's one-way transaction. So if that person that on other side would be interested to keep charging your card, not necessarily that he would achieve or doing that. So that's just one way to look at it. Enhanced security. I'm talking about it just because I believe I first started using the virtual cards about a year ago, but nobody told me about it. So it might be useful information for other people out there. Enhanced security. Virtual cards are often considered more secure than physical cards because they can be easily controlled and managed throughout mobile apps or online banking platforms. Users can look at deactivate the card, set spending limits, or generate new virtual cards as needed. Privacy. Virtual cards can help protect your financial information when making online purchase. You can use virtual cards instead of your actual cards or debit cards, reducing the risk of your cards being compromised in case of data breach. Convenience. Virtual cards are particularly convenient for mobile shopping and subscription services. These can be easily created and used without the need to wait for physical cards to be issued and mailed to you. Expense tracking. Virtual cards can be useful for managing business expenses. Employers can issue virtual cards to employees, each which with a spending limit, providing for better expenses tracking and control. So if you do have a lot of business expenses and you need to provide your people with perhaps potential to make payments, you might be interested in keeping track of this payment as well as setting a limit of where the money can be used, making what purchase decisions and everything. They just if not right now, there are some service providers of that I would definitely consider you to do your own research if that's something that you might be interested in doing. International transactions. Some virtual cards provide offer the ability to create virtual cards with specific currency options, making them suitable for international transactions and reducing foreign exchange fees. As well as is worth mentioning that in what currency you should take out loans and or perhaps make your purchase decisions in the same currency that you're receiving money in. Most of the time, you might be able to save a lot of money by doing that. Compatibility. Virtual cards are commonly accepted by most online merchants as payment platforms, making them versatile and widely used form of payment. Issuer variations. Different financial institutions and payment providers may offer virtual cards with varying features, fees, and limitations. So it's essential to compare options before choosing one. Which service provider you were most interested to go with. I believe there are a lot of banks out there right now who are offering all kind of different services. Just to touch again on security. While your virtual cards are the reason, perhaps, or one of the ways why you might be using it for enhanced security, it's crucial to keep your virtual card details and login information secure. If someone would gain access to your account, they might be able to generate virtual cards and on your behalf. Where not that long ago there used to be a paper checks that you would need to take it to the bank to receive a payment. So things are constantly changing, especially in today's world with the digital technology and ever-changing landscape. So it's just worth mentioning that virtual cards are modern payment solutions that offer increased security and convenience, especially for online and mobile transactions. Users can benefit from flexibility, control, and protection against fraud. If you have a number of different teams and you're trying to manage overall finances for these teams, you might consider having virtual cards given to you members of the team if they need any access to, depending on the project, if they need to have a budget or to carry out particular tasks, and if they would have access to a budget within a project, how we can take open a card as well as give a limit to that card, as well as you have closed the project. You can clean all the cards after you print out all the details about all the expenses, everything made. But a very simple, easy task to do when managing your finances. I definitely recommend to do that for any business out there who is interested in perhaps having smooth and easy way to transact. For those of you who are interested in learning more about games overall business, I have published a book. Name of the book is Game Strategy, and in the book I'm looking at the different structures, how to structure a business, as well as offering a lot of examples, know how it was done previously, and perhaps how it's gonna most of the business, how they're gonna be structured in the future, using very simple examples, easy to understand concepts, trying to make it so that as many people reading a book will understand for every concept. We use the way how broken down using at least 3 examples, so it would be easy to understand for everyone who is reading it. I would highly recommend to purchase this book. You can go to the link in the description, or as well as top retailers has this book. Thanks for watching. The overall summary for cards. Additional layer of security for those of you who would try to reach out to, I don't know, your gym membership provider and try to convince him to cancel your membership, how much fee you have to pay, all of that. You can easily do that by press of the button. And later, if he, I don't know, that's just one of the ways how you can do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.